So, guys, I'm just throwing up some stats here because I wanted to share this because I think this is really cool. Um, so, a lot of you don't realize that they have rebalanced a lot of the ships. Shield values have changed. Um, a lot of stuff, not just shields, but um, horsepower, HP. And I haven't looked at a lot of the ships, but I'll give you a good instance. So I've got on screen the Polaris, which is what I drive, for my daily driver. And I brought this up because I just wanted to see with 4.5 out now how the rebalance went, because they've changed it over and over and over again with engineering and all the new stuff that's live. So here's the deal. Health on this ship, whole health used to be 2.9. Shield health used to be 1.3. I want you to look at what the shield health is now. Where this used to be 1.29, it is now 648. So they have nerfed the shields on the Polaris. Then you go turn around and you look at the health, and they have buffed the health of the ship. The whole health is now, the HP is now 3 million. It's 4 million. This is 2 million more HP than before. Now, I don't know if that's because of the armor stat, because there is an armor stat on this. But there's all sorts of new stuff down here that I just really, maybe I never paid attention to it. But so I'm real curious to see if they actually buffed my favorite ship, the Carrack, which has always been one of my favorite ships to fly around and use for exploration. And I'm wondering if they changed it. Nope. Actually, they nerfed it. Look at it. So even if you go in here and you use the shields, which most of us do when we upgrade this thing, we'll go change out the shields. It looks like they did some rebalancing here. So even if you put the upgrade the shields, you're talking 130,000 tops. So this is the same. And the whole health is still around 88,000. Where is it? I just had the number up here and now I'm looking at it and I don't see it. Where did it go? Oh, it's because I'm on a specific thing. Let me get off of this and just click in here or something. Maybe that'll disappear. No, still's not doing it. Let me just reset that. Okay, so the whole health on this thing is, where did I see that number? HP. Something is still focused around wrong. Anyway, the whole health number was 88,000. It hasn't come back yet. Let me just reset it. There we go. 88,000. So they still haven't done anything to the HP on that ship. Now I'm real curious to see what they did. I was kind of equipping and playing with the 890 yesterday. 890 jump. And this is a big ship, and I was just curious. Look, this ship is big. 153. This is a huge ship. 153,000. And the shields are 500? No, 540? What can you upgrade them to? You can't. You can't change the shields on this ship. Oh my god. This thing's like a sitting goose, man. You could break one of these. This looks like something you could break really easy. Health, 12,000 HP. Oh, that's for the shield. This just messes me up every time I see it. 153,000. That's ridiculous. Let's go check out the new the Perseus, the one that I didn't buy it because compared to the Polaris for the price, Polaris is way beefier, like 389, and you're gonna end up with the same problem. Max shield you can go is about 130. The sure stops are 66. Yeah. See, I don't get this. This ship is a military ship, and it's competing. It's supposed to be going after, you know, some pretty good sized prey, and yet, so if you compare this number, this is an $800 ship, all right, and the mass on this ship is 389. The Polaris, on the other hand, let's go pick the Polaris and put it up here for a second. The Polaris is $975, so it's $175 more if you're going to buy it with real money. But I want you to look at the difference in the amount output of damage. I want you to look at the hull HP. 3,947,000. Okay? You're talking, look, 389 HP to 3,900,000. You're talking about 10 times more than 10 times the actual hull HP. You're talking about in power of damage output. This is, oh, hold on. This is the Polaris. Damage output on this ship. Total for missiles, 296. 21 million. Shields. Now, I don't know what happened. The shields used to be 1.3, like 1.29 million, and they have nerfed that in half. And you can't change this out. So basically you're stuck with whatever that is. But that's crazy. Why would you pay that much money for the ship? Just because it's new? I mean, anyway, I wanted to show you guys that because I think that's rather interesting. Something that's always kind of bothered me a little bit. Oh, where's my music? My music disappeared. All right, well, we're going to go in. We've already set up our character yesterday and everything. Let me kind of get out of this for a second and close some windows. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, man. I really thought it was going to be something else. So we're testing 4.5 today. You know, maybe we'll go pull up something a little different, like a Hull C. I can tell you I noticed a lot of graphic artifacting. I made some changes, especially in the hangars. I didn't even get to go out. I was just setting up ships yesterday, kind of, you know, putting on ships on my... Did have issues. I randomly died once, which was really crazy. You know, I just randomly bit the dust inside my own hangar, just getting out of a captain's chair. And I fell over and I became incapacitated and died. And I ended up in the hospital, like in the first 2 minutes. So I can tell you that there are bugs in the game. I think the game is out a little early. I think they should have tested it more. But I can say that the graphics performance has been pretty good. Now, I am again in a split screen scenario where I'm driving two very big monitors. I was running 60 frames a second, which is max for my monitor when I stream. My gaming monitor is an ultra wide. It's a 49-inch ultra wide from Samsung, and so it will peg out at about 240. And I haven't played it on there to see what its actual max is yet, but I thought maybe one might do something fun about hauling and see what the hauling contracts look like. This is one way I make money in the game. So we'll kind of see how that, we'll test some gameplay here and see how it is. But the graphics have been phenomenal. So let's pull up a Hull C and go do a bounty. So let's see, we're gonna go. I was having some issues with the game yesterday, but it looks like it is doing better.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Well, also, if you guys want, we'll do some.
Goodbye.
Go back and do a little, like some count. We're gonna do a couple of cargo bounty things and see how they work. Look at the graphics, my friends. Now it is dipping a little bit for me in this room. It's you know, it goes a little bit down at first, but it comes right back up. You can see I'm running 60, 70 frames a second right now, which is amazing because that's better than it was yesterday. I'm gonna go grab my water while we're waiting for the ship to come up real quick, but we're gonna go do a couple big, if you have a Hull C, Hull Cs you can buy in the game and they're not too terribly expensive, but you can make some good money very quickly with Hull Cs. And if you chain it where you pick up another contract when you get to the place where you're dropping off, you can basically do one thing to another, or you could do multiple locations, but it works. I usually pick up multiple contracts at one time and can make anywhere from per drop about, you know, between 500 and $1 million per drop because it just holds massive amounts of cargo. It's a neat ship, it really is. If you've never been on a Hull C, it's kind of an interesting ship. Let's put it this way, it's the only ship that I see that handles worse than the Polaris, which that's saying a lot. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and grab my water from the other room real quick and we'll get started. All right. My cat is being a pain in the ass and wants to be in the middle of everything. Sit down. Tiggs, sit down. Stay right there. Yeah, stop. Running around in front of my screen. My screen's elevated, but he's just rubbing up against my mic and gonna knock over my water running around my desk. He's a big tomcat, big yellow tomcat. His name is Tigger. So, let's go check out the Hull C. I am really impressed with the graphics and the frame rate, and I switched from DirectX to Vulkan. So I'm running Vulkan just to give you an idea what my settings look like, in case anybody's wondering. I'm on a 4K screen, but I find the game to be much more responsive in 1080, and honestly, it looks no different almost in 4K than it does in this other. Running quality for upscaling, NVIDIA DLSS, I left this the same. My settings are very high across the board. I did turn off VSync, which makes a big difference, and I am running Vulkan instead. That was the default. I changed it to DirectX 11, and I was getting a lot of screen artifacting. I'm not seeing as bad, like there would just be random dots on the screen as you're running through the hangar. I'm not seeing as much of that. In fact, I'm not seeing any of that right now. So hopefully that is something that, you know, maybe I'll end up running Vulkan natively. So as you've not seen a Hull C, well, technically it looks like a big penis. That was rabbits. You noticed that. Of course, that guy's mind is. I love rabbits to death, and I really feel for rabbits. Rabbits is having a hell of a time with the game. So he was playing in 4.4 all day yesterday. He's off at work this week for Christmas and the next. And he loaded 4.5, and it won't work. It won't let easy anti-cheat won't install as part of the part of the package. It's supposed to auto install, and it didn't. It broke. He's uninstalled, reinstalled. He's done a lot of stuff, and still broken. And he pretty much rage quit the game last night out of frustration. He's done it before, but he'll come back, I'm sure. He's got way too much money in the game to just go, no, I'm just never going to come back. That's probably commits me to the game. I mean, I get frustrated with things too, like yesterday dying in my, basically sitting there and dying in the, by the way, this is a 3-seater cabin. Captain really can't do anything, kind of like the Polaris. You have to take the pilot seat to fly this. So we are going to go pick up some bounties. Let's get our ass on its way to space.
You are all clear to leave.
So we'll take a look around the ship here so you can kind of see it. See how we're the line. It pretty much looks like what I said it did. I don't want to repeat it because my granddaughter sometimes gets on the stream and I forget that. So, we're going to go ahead and wait here for our. By the way, this has no no roll firepower in the guns. I mean, just have your shields on and your engines up, and don't worry about the rest. The one thing you do want to do though that makes a big difference is change out the quantum drive in this thing. Quantum drive change out, and I think it's an EYESC or something. I gotta remember what it was, but I'll mention it in another stream. It is so much faster. And
There you are all clear to leave. Welcome to New Babin.
This thing is slow as snot, so anything to help it be faster is great. I don't know what they're talking about. I certainly don't have an open hangar bay. Yeah. Let's look at that. The repair modules. This is so cool. Look at all the... Dude, this is just really cool. Yeah, I solo a lot, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this thing really does. Okay, so we're facing the hills, man. Let's go see what the city looks like. Oh, wow. Whoa. Wow, this thing got a little sensitive on the steering. I don't remember it being that sensitive. Look at that. Dude, the graphics look amazing. Now the frame rates have dropped since we're over the city. You can see we're in the 40s. High 30s, low 40s. For very high settings. I haven't really done any fine tuning to this. I'm not running smooth motion. I'm not running, any dynamic lighting or anything like that. It's just out of the box, very high. That is a thing of beauty. Look at the detail. That is gorgeous. So far, I don't. Oh, there's no graphic artifacting in Vulkan at all. In fact, Vulkan looks to be more stable than DirectX right now, as far as clarity and yeah, we're holding steady, and as I get higher, we're staying in the strong 40s. Not any problem. Wow. Okay, good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and grab some contracts. So we're going to do some stellar contracts. Let's try and find something that is high value, maybe from Bajini, where it's a good starting point, but I don't know if they. Oh, here's one for 323. I don't like multi-stops. And Seraph, well, Seraph Station might be okay now. Let's see, what do we want to do? Oh, here we go. Okay. So we'll go to Bajini, pick up that. Let's go see what else there is. See if we can get more than one. That originates from Bajini. Okay, 162. Okay, we'll do that one. It goes to Portrait, so we're going to Tressler anyway. And we'll go to Seraph. So we'll see if Seraphim Station is working. We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that right there is about a little over her, probably about half. No, 249. Yeah, about $500,000 right there. Let's see if there's anything else we can add to it. So we'll make Seraph Station our last and see if we can pick up that while we're over there. And that brings us back to Everest Harbor. Alright. So it looks like our first stop is going to be Bajini to Everest. So let's go map that. In space? It looks like it. Alright, so let's, this thing does not maneuver worth a shit when you're in hyperdrive, so we are going to turn first. There we go. Yeah. Really happy with the performance. It looks really good. So this is a ship you can buy in game. I don't think it's terribly expensive. I think it's maybe, I don't know, 4 or 6 million. I don't know. They change it all the time. Little look-see around the cabin. So you got some MFDs up here. You got 2 more down here. Get your repair station. Where's my little hand? I'm trying to find my pointer and I don't see it. That's not good. Oh, I'm using the wrong button for that. That's why. Sorry. That's me being an idiot. Sorry. Okay. Let's make sure coolers are on maximum while we're in. They are. That's good. We definitely don't need weapons on this ship. We're not ever going to use them. Let's see, and I do want to be able to call up. It's a little under 8, I think, in this ship as far as that goes. I do like to bring that up because for some reason coupled mode likes to change on and off, and this thing is a bear to do without that. So we're flying over. We're gonna go pick up. So we're gonna do a big cargo run. We're gonna hit a few locations, and I just realized that I don't. I'm gonna get up for a second. I need to drink something. So let's go back here. Let's pull off our helmet, which is the visual is really cool when you do that. Let's go to inventory. Let's drink something. It's nice to see everything working like it's supposed to. I do love the new visual of taking the helmet on and off and think that's really wonderful. I think they did a good job with a lot of this. Let's get everything up to 100% so we don't have to worry about it for a while. Helmet back on. You gotta admit that visual is really cool. That is new. And just in time. So we're going to head over to Bajini Point, and we are going to pick up a bunch of armor. I'm really curious to see what they changed. I don't need any of that on my screen. Really curious what to see and how like the loading looks. The music's a little off. I'm already here. That music is usually coming up as you arrive, which is really funny. So when I was showing you guys the specs on this thing, now the nice thing about running the whole sea is when you are docking, or you know where you're going to collect shipment, you don't actually have to dock. You just have to fly into an area and completely stop, and it will automatically load and unload you. So it's actually really faster to collect and do your bounties. So what you have to do is you have to go over to this area over here. Oh. Okay. Which is just off to the side where the cargo loading is, and this is where your auto loading is done, is out here off to this side right there. And just so nobody messes with us, we are going to put our shields up. Now in this mode, you need a little less cooling, so I'm going to make some adjustments here. You want more engine, less cooling. So we're going to go over to our coolers and take an extra thing off our coolers here. And we are going to put that on our engine. There we go. Just to give us a little more horsepower on the engine side. So again, I hate coming in here in the dark because you can't see crap. I would highly suggest that when you get here, you have your mod up for contacts, because you will need to contact the cargo area. And I like to leave this up because I will tell you, if coupled mode goes off, it's really going to be interesting. Maybe it's better with sticks, but I'm not on my sticks yet. So we're going to be flying to this area straight ahead of us. And it's going to give us a zone, and you'll see it on the screen, to pull into. When we pull into that zone, it is going to load us. You'll see the area right in front of us. When we pull into that zone, it's going to automatically start loading for us. So we don't have to tractor beam, we don't have to do anything. When I discovered this method of hauling for money, I loved it. Fell in love with it right away. Now it was broken for some time. Didn't work right. So you can make, like, we've got probably close to $1 million in bounties that we've accepted. In order to get these bigger bounties, though, you have to go work your Covolex up to where you start seeing these bounties for 180, 230, 320. If you don't, you got to work your reputation up, and I'll show you later an easy way to do that with something as small as a Spirit, where you can make about 300k per run between Bajini right here and Area 18, which is on the planet right below. You can run 6 bounties at a time, sometimes more. The best ship to do it in is the Star Lancer Max, but not everybody's got 8.5 million laying around to where you can just go, buy that and go do it. And they're not a ship that I've seen as rentable. Let's see, we don't have any contact yet. There it is. So we are going to contact the cargo instead of the main thing. Let's see if it works. Not getting anything yet, so I'm going to stop my auto. I'm not going to fly any closer. So we didn't get a response, and this is common. It does this a lot of times. You end up this blank screen. There should be a lady that talks and says welcome, or guy. And you can see, okay, there we go. Right in front of us, we have an area to pull into. And it turns out the voices are not working in the game, apparently. Okay, now before we get to this area, we need to open the bay, and that's going to be with a function K. I'll show you what that looks like. That is going to open, stretch out the ship, which you've never seen this before. It's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and fly into this area right here, and we're going to stop. You have to be all the way in it, and you have to be at a perfect stop. And you can watch the thing just start loading your ship. It's pretty cool. Here we go. I just want to test out a few different things. We'll do some. We'll pull a lightning out maybe and go try some PvE bounties too. All right. So now that we're stopped, we should get a confirmation. And let's let him know. Unable to transfer. Okay. That's interesting. Let's move ahead a little bit more and stop. Sometimes if you just reposition yourself, it'll start. Let's make sure we're 100% in. It does look like we are. Again, this is one of these things where we, it used to have a lot of trouble, and it looks like it maybe, oh, there it goes. Okay, so now if we go to the outside and look, we're going to see the cargo just magically starting to load. Okay. Very cool. Frame rates are amazing. Really love the game performance. And it's only using 30 to 40% of my graphics card, which is usually that thing's screaming at 80 or 90. And I'm not on a 5090 or anything crazy. I'm on a 5070 Ti. You gotta admit, so this is a lot easier than having to go do it. Now, the other way is to buy stuff, but you can see it's going to continually just load my cargo. So I'm going to put the view back where I can pilot it here. And you can see it's loading our stuff, and it will tell us when we're done. So I'm going to give this a second. It does say our cargo transfer is complete. Usually it talks to you. Really odd that it's not doing that. Makes me wonder if there's something wrong with the audio settings. I'll look at my options and audio real quick. Nope, it's okay, well, it says it's complete, so I'm going to announce my departure here and take off. Usually you can just drive out once that's done. Do want to make sure what's in front of you though, because a lot of times there's stuff and you'll be right in front of that bloody thing and not know it because you can't really see it. So I'm just going to go slowly. I've actually nicked the cargo right off the top of my ship a couple times. There we go. So nothing's in front of us. Good. Yeah, you got to really be careful about your position pulling out. I've ran into the station a couple times. Guys, look at the view on this, man. This is crazy. This is so good. All right, so let's go deliver. I think we're going to Everest Harbor first. Looks like we're going to have to kind of go around the planet a little bit to get over to where we need to go. So let's do it.
Shield off.
Whoa! So I will tell you, you can tell what's going on with the mass. When you get mass in this ship, it really becomes interesting to fly.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Well, I hope I got all my cargo because it's acting. I'm getting a strange message like that white message says when you're leaving the area you're going to lose stuff for your bounties, and usually you get that message when it didn't transfer everything.
Quantum travel engaged.
So I'm hoping we're okay. So, yeah, so this is what you're looking like when you're loaded up, and it definitely looks like I may be. No, I don't know. There's stuff on the backside too. I should have everything. This ship holds like 4,600. I mean, it's a massive amount of cargo. It really is. And so, if you do this right, you can turn around and probably make between $1 million and $2 million an hour pretty casually. I love how turn notices off and they just pop up in the corner of your screen. Only going to be for a couple hours today, so I don't know how much we're going to get to check out. We'll do this run and finish the bounties in this run. Maybe go back to Bajini and show you the ones I was talking about, where if you have a small ship, like even an Intrepid, which is 700K, it's not even $1 million. So I think the game spawns you in with like 2.5 mil or something like that, or 1.5. So you can go buy some armor. That'll cost you hardly anything. Go buy a weapon, a tractor beam. Go to the cargo area and buy the max lift. Get the max lift cargo thing. I don't think they sell it at the main stores. You have to go to a cargo area to get it. The max lift is so much faster to load and unload armor than using the multi-tool. If you can't afford it, just get the multi-tool and make sure you get the tractor beam attachment and put it on. And you can use that to load and unload your. So we'll try and test that part of the gameplay. Just have to see if we have time. So to get around, I am going to have to go around the planet. Stop. There we go. I can't wait to get my sticks up. I really need to get my sticks mapped. I have not had the time or patience to do it yet. Okay, so to unload is the same process. Now, after we unload here, we're gonna pick. We have a couple other bounties we'll have to refocus on, and we'll go to those destinations next.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Okay, let's see where the cargo area is. I think it's in the back over here.
Shield on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's back there. I think the cargo area is right here. It's right over this way. Make sure I'm moving. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this ship is a dog. It's slow as snot. So the cargo area, unload area is going to be over where this yellow area is, right over here. Now, it could be. It could be over there too. I thought it might be down there, but it really is going to depend where it sends us. It looks like it could be either place, so we'll just have to see when we get there. Usually if you head to one, it usually is going to pick something along the route where you are. I see another ship down there. Yes, that looks like another whole sea over there. A couple of whole seas unloading, so I'm going to say it's down here. I didn't see any other ships down. That's usually a good way to tell there too. So you can see some people, some whole season here in the game actually doing some unloading. Oh, those are turrets. Well, the turrets protect that area too, so that's a good sign as well. Thought those were whole seas, but they're turrets. The turrets are usually there to guard. Anybody comes and fires on you, not supposed to. It will, pick them off. Okay, so we are going to pause here for a second, and let's call for cargo. Let's see if this one's talking. Did we get an assignment? We did. Nice. So apparently, the voices are not working. What I like is that you can see this from the external view. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, this thing is a whale. So we'll pull in this area. It will start offloading what's supposed to be delivered here, and then we can go on to our next destination. It should see if it auto clears out the bounties. And you do drift, as you can see. There's another. So you just have to kind of nudge yourself in, because it is definitely not, doesn't exactly stop when you stop.
Welcome to the loading area.
Oh,
as you get into position,
hey,
we
she
can
has a
get
voice.
started.
There we go. Wow, that's the voice you usually hear when you call, and it looks like it's working when you're unloading. Let's kind of move up a little bit again. Sometimes just repositioning will start it once it sees that
You are clear to launch.
Oh, yeah, it's doing weird shit again. Let's make sure I'm in. I am.
You are clear.
That's enough, dude.
That request has already been granted.
Yeah, I know. Will you take my freaking cargo, please? So, a little buggy as hell. Move up just a little bit more. And stop. That seemed to work on our last one. So let's see if it does it again. Yeah, I find it to be, and it was in 4.4, it was a little buggy like this. They're unable to transfer. So you just have to play with this a little bit. It usually works. It's just...
Thanks for
You are clear to
contacting
launch.
cargo services, checking for an open slot.
Yeah, that message, I'm obviously already in position. Let's just... Let's make sure I'm completely in. Yep, I am. Yeah, sometimes you just have to wait here. You don't want to take off until you get this done. Sometimes you have to leave, like back out and back in, which I may try here shortly. As with anything else in this game, it does not always work the way it's intended. So we're going to back out, and then we're going to back in. go.
Alright, I've got you into the load.
And this is part of the problem with the whole sea. A lot of people have seen in the gameplay is that it just doesn't always work. It's very buggy.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to sit here for a second and it will just start working. If this gameplay isn't working, we'll have to try
Please
something new.
proceed to assigned landing bay.
Hey man, what's up? What you doing, Riley?
Complete.
The
Have a pleasant stay.
screens are there and they're really cool. I haven't had you can actually check out things in the ship and stuff. It's actually really cool. I'll see if I can show you the engineering. So engineering is right down here. Look. So you can make repairs from the captain's chair right here. Very cool. And if you go to the panels, you can actually see a 3D layout of the ship and zoom in on each component. It's really cool. I like that for a solo player, you can do it right here from the chair. Of course, unless the ship's on fire. My biggest problem I'm seeing right now is that the whole sea gameplay is not working correctly. I've picked up a few bounties from Bajini, and I'm trying to see if they'll actually unload like they're supposed to. I've had to pull out and come back in a couple times. That didn't sound right, did it? The graphics are amazing. Frame rates are good. So I'm on a 60K 60 hertz high resolution
Welcome to
TV.
the loading area. If you get into position, we can
Okay.
get started.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Oh man, it's still not working. Come on. Okay, stop. Trying to get this cargo to transfer. Yeah, I've tried it a lot of different ways, and it seems to centering doesn't say. I've tried that, and it really doesn't seem to make any difference. I haven't tried it yet, but I can and see if it makes any difference. If this works, I'm gonna laugh.
You are clear to launch, and please visit again.
Okay, let's see if it got to be the full stop. Okay, let's see if it tries to pick up. Yeah, dude, it's I will say that the graphics are phenomenal. I'm running very high on everything. I did find that DirectX has got some artifacting. I went to Vulkan. I've seen no issues with Vulkan at all. So I'm running I've got a NVIDIA RTX 5070, and I'm running. You can see my graphics load up in the corner about 70%, but I'm running almost the full 60 frames a second all the time, which is the max for this TV. This is an older 4K TV that I'm using when I stream. When I play and I'm not streaming, I have a 240K ultra wide, and that's what I use. And I have not tested it on that screen. That screen seems to demand a little more horsepower from the graphics card. See, now it's saying enter the cargo area. Why are you telling me this? I am in the cargo area. Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's recenter.
You are clear to launch.
Okay. I am a little baffled. Okay, I am going to back out and come back in again. I have not gone into Nyx yet. I can do that. I'm just going to finish off these couple of bounties real quick. I was just demonstrating some long haul stuff for anybody that had any, to make money.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah, no
Thank
shit,
you.
dude.
And please visit again.
Oh, no way. I got a lot of freight on this thing, man. You're talking about probably 1,200 SE or more per stop. They're big bounties. They're stellar bounties. I'm not going to unload that crap. I'll just... Whoa, what happened to my area? Okay. So something's...
Warning, you are blocking an active...
Yeah, something's definitely going on with the... Something is definitely going on with this. So the good news is I'm going to call up a new area, a new landing area. Let's see. Hopefully, I get one that works. Yeah, the whole reason I do like the whole seas is because I don't have to do that. So it would be ridiculous. That would kind of negate.
Hey, this is cargo services. Let me see what we got. Sending you a deck assignment.
Okay. So we are going to go do this deck assignment again, and let's see if we can't get in this time. Get it working. If it doesn't, I'll go explore. Yeah, that's true. See if there's any new locations in Nyx. I'll do that while it's unloading. If I can get it to unload.
Welcome to the loading area. If you get into position, we can get started.
Unable to transfer. Do not get it, my friend. And try repositioning a little bit. Like I said, sometimes that will fix it.
Thanks for contacting cargo services. Checking for an open slot.
You are clear to launch.
No. These are hauling contracts for Kovalex. Well, let me try that. I've got about probably a little less than 1 million in contracts on me for like 3 stops.
You are clear to launch.
I'll try one more time just to re-enter this and see what happens. If it doesn't clear out this time, I'll jump out.
I'm tracking you. Go ahead and get into position to get your cargo transferred.
There we go. I mean, I've gotten these before, and they usually auto-clear themselves out. Hey, what's going on, man? Got a couple people on here now. That's good. Yeah, I'm going to try jumping out. Maybe it'll come back in. I'll just pick some random place, jump out a little bit, and jump back in. Because this is definitely not working. Let's see if I can just find a destination here somewhere out here I can jump to. Get out of the area of this. graphics look so good. It's so funny, usually when you're in this mode, the only problem is it says if I leave this area I may lose the bounty. I don't think so, but I'm just trying to find something to jump to. Let me get a little more distance from the station. The jump drive's on. I don't know why I don't have destinations out there. It's probably because this one's locked in. Let me clear it. Why is it not letting me clear? Real interesting. It's not showing. So okay, finding more, more weird stuff. So I've got. It's not. I had this problem in 4.5 before too, when on the maps. So I can't bring up any locations other than the ship. I can't type. Yeah. None of this clicking's working. Oh, that's stupid. I can't even click the X button to get out. Yeah, that's messed up, man. So, I guess I'm going to let that box clear, which it looks like it just, is it still there? Yeah. Ah, stop. Oh, that's right. Now I know why it's so sensitive. I'm in that mode. Okay. There are times when I hate mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I'll be on later today. In the afternoon I should be on. I wanted to try and see if multiple contracts were working because this was a problem in 4.4. If you loaded too many contracts, it would not allow you to do that. So let me see if I can get rid of those contracts and see if anything changes. So I've accepted 4 contracts. This is the one I'm doing right now. So let's abandon those and see if this starts behaving. Yeah, I saw this kind of behavior in the old game a lot, where it was doing that. And where, you went into, if you ran multiple bounties, you go in someplace and it wouldn't work. Yeah, what I would probably do is bail out and reset real quick, get back to my main, and just go pick up a ship. I do want to go check out Nyx, I will tell you that. I might be able to pull up the map. I'm going to see if this delivers now, since I've only got 1 contract left. I want to see if this actually unloads. This happened in 4.4, and they fixed a lot of it, but it happened in 4.4 a lot. Yeah, it's not any money lost to me, so I'm not really worried about it, but that's the reason why I started doing bounties as opposed to... I used to trade, but the problem was with trading, is that when the game breaks and your ship disappears or flips out, you end up losing a lot of money in the game. Just a couple years. I've just gotten really serious about it this year. I used to stream Destiny 2. I was a Destiny 2 player or Destiny player for 10 years. And I still play. I still got a
Alright,
clan
I've
out
got
of
you into the
Australia.
loading area, get into place and we'll start loading your cargo.
Okay, let's see what happens. Think I'm in? I am. Huh, doesn't see me in the cargo area. That's fun. Okay, let's call it again and see if she sees
Cargo
me.
services, let me see what we got.
Yeah. No, they didn't do a money reset. I have all my money from before, at least I did. Yeah. I didn't lose a thing. Yeah, I didn't lose any money, nor did I lose any ships that I bought in game. But you know, a lot of it has to do with making sure you got all your shit pulled back into the, you know, into the place where your home port is. Yeah, did you lose anything? Come on, man, really? Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time, and if so, I'm
You are
gonna
blocking
do.
an active flight lane.
I'm gonna
Please
abandon and
vacate the
reset my
vicinity.
character to get it back to New Babbage, and we'll just go. We're gonna go pick a ship and go check out Nyx. See if there's any new locations in Nyx. I don't think there is because I don't remember seeing any. Hey, Eric. Hey, did you? Were you able to? I know you had a lot happening yesterday. Were you able to give your mom the rest? Didn't. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Son taking off work. All right, so we're gonna call this up again and see what happens. God, this thing is just what a boat. Let's. No, I don't want to go there. I need cargo. Oh my God. I don't want to dock. Swear to God, this thing's gonna drive me crazy.
Landing gear down.
I don't want my landing gear down. What I want is okay. Well, we're definitely being buggy, man. Yeah, you should be fine. I haven't heard from anybody missing anything yet. But then again, I usually turn the chat off. So we're going to do this. I'm going to exit and reset my character real quick. And put myself back at... just bear with me for a minute. You know, I expected some problems, and I say that because the game for me yesterday, 4.5 was buggy as shit for me. So I'm actually really surprised that, you know, they put it out so quick. That was a surprise to me in a big way. Okay, I'm in my dashboard, so let me just reset my character. Sure, I'm not the only one doing this. So I have had some weird shit happen. I'll tell you about it in just a second. Let me get this reset. There we go. So my first login into the game, was interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and relaunch in. My friend Rabbits hasn't even been able to get in at all. He's locked out of it right now. He is so frustrated. He was working on it for hours last night, and he finally uninstalling. He kind of rage quitted after a while. Well, that's not looking good. There we go. Kind of freaked me out. It may be because I'm streaming. When you're streaming, it kind of does weird things to the game. So I went ahead and reset my character, repaired my character. It should be back at New Babbage, and we can just go grab another ship. Did it? I did not see it, did not catch that. No, it's good. Is it degraded? No, it says operational. Maybe it triggered for a second. That might have been what was going on. Yeah, it should be there. Did you, dude? Did you leave your ship? Was your ship in your home base where you spawn? If it is, you probably are fine. I'm just gonna reclaim. I'll just do a claim on this.
The ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, just remember you got to go buy some substance, man. You're going to be brought in with just a bare suit, so you got to put all your armor and all that crap back on and go buy some goodies. I was trying to think what I want to take out. By the way, earlier in the game, I was showing something, and they changed some things on. If you got ships you're looking at, you need to go look at how they're rebalancing. They rebalance the shields and the hull strength like on the Polaris. Hold on, I'll see if I can pull it up real quick and show you what I'm talking about. It was let's get that out of the way. So let me show you what it looks like. I can take the Asgard out. It doesn't have a really big range, though. No, I do not have a tank. I need to buy one of those. That's actually not a bad idea. Hold on a minute. I was going to show you something really about what they're changing in the game. So, let me kind of turn this music down. There we go. Music is like loud in my earphones. So I'm going to go into the DPS calculator. Let me pull this up on the screen for a second up here. Okay, so I want to show you something. This I do not get. I don't know why anybody would spend the money on a on a Perseus. So if you go into the shop and you're pledging for, you go pledge for this crap. Okay, let's go into a ship, and let's just pick RSI, because that's what we're looking at really is RSI. Yeah, so you started before me. I think I started at patch 3.23 is when I got in. The only ground ship I have is an Ursa, but I love the missile ones. I think those are really cool. Connies are really good. If you're looking for a real good ship for like a cargo and a all-around ship, the Connies are fantastic. So I want to show you something. This is I bought a Perseus, dude, and it flies a lot. In fact, it flies a lot like the Carrack or the 600i in size. But I want you to look at this. Okay, this is $800 in game, or not in game. It's $800 to buy. Here's a Polaris, 900. This is a $175 difference between these two ships. Now I'm going to show you something, and this is my big problem with it. I want you to go look at this. Okay, so here's a Perseus, and I'm going to reset this. So we're looking at 130,000 shield strength, and we're talking about hull strength 389. Now I'm going to show you a Polaris. Okay, Polaris is 650,000 in shield. It used to be 1.29, so they actually cut the shields in half on 4.5. And I don't know if that was intentional, but this is the big number. 3.9 million. This is 10 times the whole HP of the Perseus. For 100, seriously, dude, that's huge. I have 5 times the shield and 10 times the hull strength. And look at now if you're fully crewed, missiles, I mean, you look at the outputs on damage again, like 10 times the values. Crazy numbers. 15,296. Now, this gun damage is way less because the turret, you're looking at size 8 turrets, but look at the missile damage, man. Crazy. So they've apparently rebalanced the ships, man. Where did you see a price reduction, man? When I bought mine in game, and the only reason I got it for $600 is because I bought it last season. I bought it at the last IAE from from earlier in the year, from spring, and I bought it for 600 then, and I was able to reclaim the upgrade, and I got the ship the day before it came out, but it was $200 more. Oh, really? So what you're telling me is that because that's a military shield on the Polaris, no, it's industrial though. It's not military. What's the one on the this is a military ship, but it's using an industrial shield. Oh, military size 2 shields. Oh, okay. So this is an industrial grade A, but it's a size 5 shield. So you're talking about here, but so these military grade C, you're telling me that these are size 3s though, not size 2s. And you can't upgrade the shield on the Polaris. So the shield value for the Polaris in 4.4 was 1.29 million, and the health value was 1.3. I'm sorry, 1.3 million for the shield zone, 2.9 for the health. Now they bumped it, and it's almost 3.9, almost 4 million for the health, and 650 for the shield. Oh, well, yeah, the Idris is huge, man. It's way bigger than the Polaris. Yeah, hold on. Let me go check. I haven't looked at an Idris. Let me go pull one up real quick. And Idris is that? What is that? RSI? Idris. Which one? What is the Idris? Is that Anvil or Aegis, or who makes that? Oh, here it is. Idris P or Idris M? So yeah, see, they didn't touch the shielding on this. The shielding on this was like this before. It was crazy. It was twice. So the shielding on the Polaris used to be 1.29, and now they've actually, where this one is running redundant shields, instead of one size 5, it's 2 size 4s at 1 million. And then look at the whole health. 30, no, where is it? 50. Oh, they nerfed it a little bit. No. 2.94. No, they made it. No, they gave it more hull health. 15 million in hull health, dude. Dude, that's a crazy number. 15 million in hull health. Look at that. And then you got little over 2 million in shield. That thing is going to be yeah, wow. Oh, that thing's going to be a bitch to kill. And now they're not making ships blow up. You know that, right? They just don't blow up if they get incapacitated to give people time to repair them. They're actually making it to where you have some time to repair. But yeah, that's a sick number, man. This is my big, and I saw these adjustments, and then I went over and I looked, and I was hoping to God that they would have done something to the Carrack. And if you go look at the Carrack, they didn't touch it. So you have to go pay and upgrade the shields. And you got to go to something like this to get the shield upgrades you want. Because the rest of this is military, which you got to steal. So you got to go, if you're going to buy it, you can go civilian grade A, and you can get up to 130. But look at the hull health. They nerfed it by 10%. They gave, instead of 80,000, they gave it 88. Here's another ship I don't understand. So Origin, you know the big ship from Origin? The big ship from Origin, the 890 Jump. So I really wanted to take this to explore around. I thought, wow, great luxury ship. It'd be fun. I put a Guardian MX in it, in the flight bay, so I could take a heavy fighter with me. And that went and looked. And the shields, okay, can't change them out. You can't upgrade the shields at all. They're size 4s. So you got about 540,000 on the shields. But look at the hull health on this massive ship. It's 153,000. It's got some PDCs and it's got good shield, but man, somebody can blow the crap out of this thing so easily it's not even funny. It's like, why take a chance, especially if you're going to be in Nix and you're going to run into issues. So yeah, just interesting stuff. I would go check out the DPS calculator and go see what's over there and see what I'm talking about. But it's definitely a problem. I dig some of the readjustments, but I think there's an issue with, I think they should have rebalanced some of the other ships. I know some of the fighters got some buffs though. So tell you what, why don't we take a fun ship, something that's not so big, but something fun to fly, good view. I love the Star, the Star Runner is a lot of fun. That was one of my first ships. I want something we can see. Tell you what, let's do this.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following.
Let's take a 600i out. They're fun.
Visit us again.
Get the ship blown out of me if somebody attacks me, but what the hell. Great view out of the cockpit. Got a few size 5 weapons, but it's a whale. Let's go take it out and go see what's in Nix. So somebody wanted me, I think it was you, Riley, wanted me to check out and see what was in Nix, but I gotta wait till I'm actually in the, I can't search anything while I'm sitting here. I gotta actually be in the captain's chair. Well, I will tell you this, Vulcan, stay with Vulcan when you're going into your graphics setting. Stay with the Vulcan settings for this and do not change it over to DirectX. It defaults to Vulcan, and I would leave it there. All the screen artifacting I was seeing I was seeing all sorts of weird screen artifacting in the hangars, and it's gone with Vulcan. Vulcan's way better. It's so I like the way, it's, if you had asked me that the Carrack is like the better, this thing's actually got more beef to it than it's beefier than the Carrack, and that's a shame. They should have put a med bed in this ship, and they should have gave it a more useful, cargo hold. But this is one of the coolest ships, I think. If you're gonna just fly around and explore, if it had a little more health and a little more shielding, I think this would be a fun ship to. If somebody gets serious on you, like a heavy fighter, you're going to take some damage. You're going to be screwed because engineering is at the total other end of the ship, and it's a maze to get over there. Okay, that's so weird. The 890X has the 890 jump has a little dot on the bottom. You can just click on and get in. This one does not have that. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that boat too. A lot of it has to do with where you're getting hit, what's attacking it. Uh, I really don't play in that gameplay. I do some PvE. I got in this game because I love the way it looks. I love that they built ships like this that you can go explore. This to me is, some of the coolest looking shit in the gaming world to me. And Origin makes some of the coolest looking ships. Love Origin, love Crusader ships. The Carrack is a fantastic. It's one of my favorite boats. I feel that is. I mean, if they would just buff that thing a little bit, I would make that my daily driver in a minute. Right now, the Polaris has been my daily driver. But this thing's actually got some decent range, so that's why I want to take this. And it's got some decent shielding and other things. I don't intend on using my weapons much here, so let's take this down a notch. Okay. I have to take a little more from the coolers on this. I do want adequate shielding in where we're going. Change modes, see what that looks like. Okay, good. All right, that looks good. All right, let's get going, man. I hit the wrong key, of course. Did I just put it back down? I did. I guess I did hit the right key. Gotta say, man, absolutely beautiful.
Looks like you're on your way. It was great being able to help you, and I hope you're able to visit us here at New Babbage again.
Look at the chemtrails. Dude, this is so cool. Look at how good the graphics are in this, man. This is running very high. I'm running on a RTX 5070. Looks fantastic. Oh my God, look at the detail. I just love that this ship has windows, and I love the view out of the front of this ship. I mean, how do you beat that? All right, so let's get the hell out of here. So let's go take a look. So somebody asked me about Nyx. Let's go. Why? What is going on with the maps? Why am I seeing my ship? See, I've been having weird issues with maps. It may be because I'm not in space yet, maybe. Somebody taking off in a Zeus. Yeah. Let me see if this makes any difference. I'm really kind of concerned about the maps, man. Why am I located? Why can I not get anything different than this? All it's pulling up is my ship. Okay, finally. What the hell? Okay, now I know what to do. Sorry. I'm being stupid. There are days when I feel like I'm old, man, and that's one of them. Nix. Okay, so all I see in Nix right now, well, is this just showing me what's in mine? It's not showing me anything out of the Nix system itself. All right, let's just go over there. To remember that about the maps. The default zoom is just absolute crap. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so getting in a jump actually took me to below into 20s in frame rate. Wow. It's back up in the 70s now, but that's just a beautiful ship. I don't care what you say, man. This is Origin makes some of the nicest looking ships. But you know, the one thing I like is the diversity. This is obviously a nice kind of, if you're going to run around and just check things out kind of ship. But I've gotten so used to flying the Polaris. The only thing I don't like about the Polaris is you got to dock it everywhere. So, Wolf, where are you from, man? You a longtime player as well? Yeah, the war bond. I like war bonds. The only problem is you got to use real money for war bonds. I've got a lot of money in the store that I will return ships and buy ships and return ships and buy ships, and you can't use store. You know, they give you store credit back. So let's say you spend, I don't know, $1,000 in the game, which I've done well over, and you turn around and you want to uh, return a ship like the Polaris and go try out some new stuff that you can only buy because it's not in the game yet, you can go do that. Then you can just go, you know, make sure your Polaris is available and go back and buy it back. Um, I try to leave my real money free to buy new ships to try and fly, like the Apollo, and I flew that and I flew it, but it's not really I mean, unless you're playing with a crew, the Apollo really has no no purpose in the game to do anything unless you are running as part of a crew as support to, you know, like a campaign that you're running or something together. I've seen these guys that run these big, massive campaigns, and they go out. I think the like one of the best ones I ever saw that I thought was a lot of fun is a bunch of these guys got their carracks, and I think they had like 6 or 8 carracks, and this was on a stream, and I forget whose stream it was, but they went out and they took it out and they did PvP bounties or PvE and PvP. They went headhunting with it, and they basically went after these, you know, they went after these larger bounties with these carracks, and they actually held up really well considering the carrack's not a ship that's very maneuverable. It's a whale, And I mean, between the 6 of them, though, Dan, they were beating up on stuff, man. They didn't lose a single ship. They were going crazy. I lie. Maybe I think they may have lost one ship, but that was it. I'm seeing a lot of, positive comments. So far in the game, if you're curious about what I've seen with 4.5 so far, I did have a thing where I randomly died in my hangar, just getting out of a chair, a captain's chair. I actually just randomly died. Ended up in the hospital, incapacitated me. I woke up, and the vehicle I was in has magically disappeared, and I can't recall it now. It's somewhere in oblivion. I can't get it. Can't claim it. Says it's there. I can't retrieve it. It's my Ursa, and I can't. I want to recall it, put it on ship. I can't get it to come to. I can't get it to come up. So, really weird stuff. So, what kind of gameplay do you do, man? You sound like someone who's definitely knows a little bit about the game, and I don't pretend to know anything like a lot of these streamers. I'm just getting started, and I streamed Destiny for years. Ran a clan. I'm still part of a clan out of Australia, and I still play D2 pretty often. Um, but after you reach 550, you reach max level in the game, and you kind of do some of that stuff is just repetitive. It's too repetitive for me. They're recycling too much old content. You can put cargo in the. I thought the cargo in the Apollo was like really minimal. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. They have tier 1 beds in the Apollos. Is that in the medevac too, or just in the Apollo? I mean, I know they got a medevac and like a triage version. I don't know what the difference is between the two ships. I've never really checked it out. Is there a big difference between the I think the white one is the medevac and the red one is the triage? What's the difference between the two? Man, this is a slow drive. I get so used to how fast the Polaris is going around places and how efficient it is, really fast, and it doesn't use hardly any fuel. I get in something like this and I realize how slow it is. But I do love the view. I mean, how can you not like the view out of this cabin? Every ship should have this view. You can see pretty good like this out of the Carrack, and the Polaris isn't bad. But man, I as much as I've flown the Starlancer Max, and the TAC is the same way, I hate those windows. Same thing with the Hercules series. Oh, you can choose what beds go in it? So it's just a difference in horsepower and or whole HP and the number of missiles it carries. So which one's better? Some people starting to kick in for D2 streams. I'm been playing that game so long that I've kind of lost my I enjoy playing it still. I think the gunplay in Destiny 2, the gameplay and the gunplay is amazing. I love the combination of powers and I've got all 3 characters at max level. I mean, I'm probably in the top 5% in the game. And I'm excluding streamers from that because streamers get paid to do what they're doing. And some of these guys, and don't get me wrong, I love guys like Mantix and Asda Cross or Cross and Grenadier Jake's fun to watch. But There's only let's see, where's the wormhole? Where is the wormhole? Come on. Ah, there it is. Just appeared. Over to the right. Thank you. Wow. So see a little bit of delay and some stuff spawning. Wow. This is the lowest frame rate I've seen in the game so far. Oh, it jumped back up now. This is probably going to be weird flying this thing through. I'm so used to flying a Polaris through this wormhole, something much bigger. This thing's probably going to feel like a fighter jet compared to it. I can already tell it's more sensitive. I mean, I barely move my mouse and it just jumps. Come on. Where are my guides? There they are. Figure this destination out real quick. I do not like the default zoom in this. Can you go through those? I don't remember flying through these things, so. There we go. So you're saying that the medevac is probably the better ship, is what it sounds like. The white one is the one I tried, the medevac, and I liked it. I was hoping that they were going to release the cargo variant of it. What in the hell? What in the fuck? Why is it sending me backwards? Okay. I have no idea why I ended up going backwards. I was lined up and I was going in and please tell me this ship has a jump module. 609's got a jump module, doesn't it? There we go. Come on. Calibrating. Okay. What in the hell is going on? Okay, I'm officially kind of tripping right now. Why is it sending me backwards? Okay. I'm going to try and realign myself back up and see what happens. Finally. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, I'm so used to the Polaris. The thing is like over steering so easily. I did not want to do that. Well, I definitely got to get used to this again. Oh, wow. Sensitive steering. Nope, didn't want to do that. Shit. I'm gonna get myself kicked out of this freaking wormhole if I'm not careful. Okay, we are in Nyx. Alright, let's go see if we can find anything. Yeah, definitely used to the Polaris, man. Holy crap, was that weird. And this default view is just gonna drive me batty. So in Nyx, it looks like all we have are the stations. I don't see anything new. You know, this was this way in 4.5 though in the release, so that doesn't surprise me. I don't know why I have this too close message. I have no idea. So frame rates are really good over here so far. You can see we're up in the top left, we're in the 70s, which is hard to believe because the screen's not supposed to go that high. My monitor the monitor this is on is 60. So I'm getting above frame rate. So I'm going to say Wolf. I guess I'm saying that right. What do you primarily do in the game? Are you part of a group? That's one thing I've wanted to do because I got a lot of multiplayer ships, and I'm used to that in Destiny. We did a lot of dungeons, things like that. I met a lot of very good friends through playing together. In fact, one of my best friends, Wesley, uh, he lives in North Carolina. I'm in Texas. He actually came out and we met for. He stayed with my family for Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, and while his wife was pregnant, and actually became his godfather to his daughter Fiona. So made some really good friends through a lot of friends. I guess he got a lot of friends down in Australia, a few in the UK, quite a few through the States. Ran a clan for a while, like I said, through Destiny, and I mean, I watched some kids over 10 years. We watched some kids, be a part of their lives and help them, kind of become who they are. It's kind of fun. We didn't put up with crap from them. Oh God, this is beautiful. How do you not fall in love with this game? By the way, in the preview, these asteroids were fake. You could drive right through them. I'm wondering if that's still the case. I tried to land on one and I went right through it, and I realized that they are all fake. So I am going to hold on a second. I'm going to slow down on this one coming up. I'm going to see. Whoa. Let's choose a smaller one. Whoa, why am I still going full speed here? Oh. I have no shields on. Okay. Let's slow down. We're going to try and, maybe give one of these a nudge and see what happens. I can tell you right now that when I did this earlier, I went right through it. So let's go see what happens. We'll do it from... I was in the Polaris, and I flew my Polaris straight through these rocks like they didn't exist. So I'm real curious to see. I have no weapons. That's interesting. Not at all. Let's see if we can bump it. We're either going to bump it. Okay. Okay, let's see if these are real. In the PTU, you could fly right through these. Ah, look. We are still... These are fake asteroids. I'm in the middle of one right now. Talk about some weird shit, man. So you could basically fly through these things. See? Isn't that just crazy? So we just flew through that. Trying to remember where we're going here. I guess we're going that way, towards the big one here. So it looks like the rocks inside of here are still not real. Murder beacons? You mean you're talking about where you go out and somebody's, to go save somebody, and do you actually get money for that, or do you have to depend on them to pay you? How can you? God, this is beautiful. Jesus. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what Genesis does to this game. And by the way, I really appreciate all that stop in and say hi. I don't do this for money. I have a real job. I'm actually chief technical officer. I'm 58. I'm a chief technical officer for a cybersecurity company, and that's what I do for a living. I like what I do. I love what I do, and I just do this for fun. I game for fun. Always have. Never stream for money. I really don't care about that for doing this. I do this because I like sharing this adventure with people, and I think this is just. As a kid, I didn't have stuff like this, man. I played Pong. I had Atari, Commodore 64s. You know, we had crap games. This is just that you guys have access to this stuff, and while I'm alive, to see this come to be real and see what it's like is amazing. Did I not turn off? I guess I didn't, and I need to. Somehow I'm still going forward at an incredible rate, and I don't mean to be. It became uncoupled, is what I think happened. Yep. Dang it. I hate when that happens. Now I gotta figure out where the hell I am and which way is up. There, hey, I couldn't have timed that any better. So cool. You guys have access to this kind of stuff. It's just amazing to me. Okay, I thought I turned this off. I did. Okay. This is just the coolest thing. And I didn't know you could do this in this area, but you can just land on any platform and walk in. This, this is really cool. So you can basically find, wow, frame rate drops a little bit. Wow, we're in the 30s. This is the lowest I've been, but I mean, this is better. But on some of these other upper platforms over here, you can just go land. See, where was I when I was doing that the other day? Was it over here? Yeah, it was over here. So yeah, you can just go land on these platforms. So the bigger ones are for the extra large ships. I actually landed my Polaris out on one of these, but let's give it a ring. Let's give it a shot, man. So we're gonna kind of take a little bit higher perspective here. Let's go see if we can, you know. Let's go see if we can land over here. Let's go line up here. What I find is everything, the scale always feels weird to me until you actually land, because it seems to increase quite a bit as you get lower. And you don't think your ship's going to fit, and then you actually land and it does. See what I mean? And by the way, you can just, if you need to refuel or anything like that, you can just land on these and do that. Repair, refuel, whatever you need to do.
Engines inactive.
All right, let's see. See if it's working. Yep, there it is. So I can refuel. Okay. I really used any fuel at all. Well, that's interesting. Can't try getting out of that and getting back in and seeing if that works. I guess it's not enough money for me to spend. It looks like the fuel consumption is a lot less. I mean, considering as much as I flew around to get over here, that was not a lot of money. So rescue beacons are 50K if done. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the ship. I actually had my ship despawn from under me once while I was sitting here. And I was actually climbing into the ship. I came back out and it was still out here, my Polaris. And when I got in the ship, because it sat there for so long, the ship actually deactivated. And it basically left me sitting on the ramp. It didn't kill me, but it left me sitting on the ramp. So far, frame rate's really good in Levski, not bad. Dropped into the mid 30s. By the way, make sure you have your helmet on, because I've seen a lot of people go out of their ships and actually kill themselves instantly because they don't realize they're going out into space. So you can just pick a place and land out here. And usually what you have to do, and they got freight elevators, so if you're doing bounties, you can just unload over there. Really cool. But yeah, there's elevators right here, and you can basically just make a note of what pad you're on. And you can go right back out to your ship. Now, after a while, it's going to auto-store your ship, and it'll put you in a hangar. But I love that you can just go land without having to bother with it. So we are on pad. What pad are we on? Pad D3? Okay. So I heard there's a place you can buy ships here. I have not been to it. Oh, there it is, right? Oh, son of a gun. I was looking for this, and I didn't know where it was, and it's on this floor. It's in this elevator. Shit, let me get out of here. There we go. Okay, dude. Why are you on high alert? Oh, very cool. Do they sell components up here too? Wow. See, I didn't even know this. Son of a gun. Oh, and look at that. It's kind of like a ship showroom. Well, so what do they sell here? They got quite a few ships. Oh, so there's special versions of some of the existing ships.
Somebody almost scratched my ship the other day. The guy was wasted.
Wow, okay.
Boxes a little too close. Grabbed him by the collar and put the fear of God in him.
This Vandal situation is not good. If even a small-sized clan targeted Levski, would be in real.
So they sell you a special version of the Fortune. Oh, that's a salvage ship. That's why. RSI. Oh, they sell a medevac. An Ursa medevac here. That's cool. So what ships do they have down here you can go tour? I love that there's a component shop right here by the ships. That's really cool.
The guy was wasted, leaving him with a bunch of metal boxes a little too close. Grabbed him by the collar.
Oh, okay. So they have stuff here. Oh, they have a Nomad. Cool. See, I've got one of these. I love the Gladius, man. Which is this? Is this the special one or the regular one? Ah, it's a regular one. That's what the one I got. There's one I want that's got more military equipment in it, and it hasn't been for sale in the game for a while. But this ship If you want a fun little light fighter that's got some really good power to it, you can retrofit any of the weapons in here. I did mine with a combination of attritions and this, but everybody's telling me don't do the attritions. The Panthers are better. I'm just like, I was always told just the opposite because the DPS calculator, and they said no because the fire rates on the Panthers are twice as fast and last twice as long, and I'm just like, what? That makes sense. I never really went out and tested it to check it out. I was always going out and spending money on attritions and trying it. What the hell is this thing? So this is a starter light freight. That's a freight. That is a weird look. The thing looks like a bat wing. So which one is this? Oh, is this the Dur? Is this the Freelancer? You know, I did a Star Lancer, not a. I heard there's a cargo variant of this, and I've never really looked at it. Wow, they have quite a few ships over here, man. There's a mole. So I think that is the Fortune. Yep, that's the Fortune. I actually want to kind of go and look at this ship. I've been told these were good starter ships for people, and I've never really looked at it. And they had like a higher, like a cargo variant of it that held more cargo. And I never really looked at one. I never invested in it. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. It seems like a really narrow cargo bay, though. That didn't seem like a lot of cargo. Oh, okay. Dude, is that what I think it is? Is that a power plant or is that is that one of those regeneration things? Did they bring regeneration into the game already? That looks like more cargo. Wow, this thing's got piecemeal cargo everywhere. By the way, if you haven't seen the engineering terminals, man, they are sick. So yeah, you get this nice little 3D view and you can zoom in. You can look at the components. You can circle that around and look at the components individually and look at their health. Relays. Let's see if we can find something. Cargo bay, cargo bay. Where is the... So look, here's the jump module. Yeah, this is really cool. Now this ship's not, and it's got a bed, so you can. Wow, it's got 4. That's an escape pod. So it looks like 2 beds and 2 escape pods. Or no, that's a bed too. You can fit 4 people in this thing in the front? What the hell? So this thing reminds me of like it reminds me of a mini Star Max. Or Attack. But I actually think the view out of this is better, and I like that you can actually see the MFDs. That's all one thing I cannot stand about that ship is the view out and how long the nose is and how basically unuseful the MFDs are. But for cargo hauling, you can't beat the Star Lancer Max, man. You got like 4 individual places you can put cargo. So you can divide up your stuff, just keep track of what you did, and you can do multi-bounty, stuff for, 500K running stuff around. if you don't if you don't if you decide not to do a whole sea. Based on what I just saw, the whole sea gameplay is still broken. It's still not working. We were able to pick up bounties, but it looks like the auto loading, unloading stuff is just not working. Okay. Is it normal that they float off the ground like that? Yeah, hello, dude. Just walk right into me. Okay. So this has a cargo bay in it. What? Is that supposed to float off the ground? This is what? This is the Nomad? So this is light freight? No, a big ship for light freight, man. Funny that there's no, that the, I don't know if that's supposed to be the landing gear, but it's floating above the ground. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I didn't know this was here. This is kind of interesting. I had no idea that I knew this. I knew there was a shipyard up here somewhere, but I didn't know it was right in the actual elevator. Very cool. Oh, so they have rentals here too? Wow, so this is really neat. It's all in one place. So I guess you could come over here and rent something. What do they have? So you can rent a mole. You can do a golem. Yeah, so this is cool. I mean, that's not a lot to rent a ship. 49K is not a lot. I mean, if you wanted to play around with mining, Rabbits, my buddy, or Wes, I'm sorry, Rabbits is his, Lucky Rabbits is his gamer tag. Wes loves the gameplay. Hey, dude. Oh, it does. That's cool. I didn't. What is going on with these doors? Come on, really? Wow, this is like a. Really, dude? Oh, we must have caught a. I guess they caught a dude. Criminal there or something? I don't know. I love that you can walk outside. Isn't there a way to walk outside over here? Isn't there an airlock or something? Wow, a lot of people with guns out. What the hell? Why does everybody have guns out? I thought there was an airlock somewhere where you could walk out and walk around. I remember seeing them, but I don't know what level they're on. Maybe it's down a level. The elevators are kind of random. So I'm in. So far the average frame rate I've had in the inside of Levski is in the 30s and sometimes 40s, but it's definitely significantly lower than the other systems. I haven't been in Pyro yet, but I would imagine that Pyro is probably going to be the same as Staten. But this one's definitely, look, I'm hitting 20s now. Yeah, so it's definitely an issue. So I went up. Cargo services. Commodity. Oh, that's nice. The commodity trading is right here. That's sweet. Okay, well, now I know where that is. It's one floor up. Oh, nice. There's a cargo shop right over here.
You hanging in okay?
Oh, that's useful.
I've been better.
And they actually have
Last night, something woke me up in the middle
they
of
actually have cruise lucks and stuff like that up here. That's really good.
Like, I know the dream is just my mind processing stuff, but it felt so damn real.
Is there a special module you have to have for
If you say so.
repairing your ship?
You hanging in okay?
That's really cool. They float when landed. I did not know that. I had no idea that that happened. I thought the only ships that were the alien tech were like the the blade and stuff like that.
That's the way it goes.
I didn't realize there was other alien tech in the game. Hey, just push me out of the way, lady. That's okay. You're an NPC. It's not like you're to buy anything. So, do you have to buy an attachment to do repairs? How do you repair your ship with a multi-tool?
Ain't gonna get you a discount.
I have that one, and I have the tractor beam. But what do you actually repair your ship with? Is the question. Is there some kind of a module you have to use for that?
If you're looking for anything in particular, just let me know. My family's had this shop for generations. We'll be just fine.
So I'm going to go miscellaneous because I'm just kind of real curious if there's something you have to have for that.
So come on, talk to me.
It's an SRT attachment and a full canister repair.
I've been better. Had a terrible dream.
Okay, I want to search for that because
In the middle of it too, and now I can't shake this weird.
okay.
Like, I know the dream is just my mind processing stuff, but it felt so damn real.
And do all categories. Oh, there it is. Is this what you're talking about?
Goes sometimes.
So come on, talk to me.
Okay. So I should probably buy some of these to put in my So this is what you use, and you put this into your multi-tool,
Do what you gotta do.
and this is what repairs the ship.
Now, I'm not saying violence is the answer, but that thug might think twice before messing with anybody anytime. What's up?
Is there an actual? Is there some other? Okay, multi-tool with an SRT attachment. I didn't see an SRT. Is this the SRT attachment you're talking about? I see a battery, but I didn't see. I did a full search. I didn't see anything but a battery. Is that what you're talking about? So is that something I can go into my inventory and equip now to the multi-tool?
How you doing?
Okay. I thought I had a multi-tool on me and I don't see it.
If you ask me, sounds like they're running from something.
Dude, I did have a multi-tool on my person. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's on the, well, no. Okay, so there's my multi-tool.
Anything in particular, just let me know.
I have that on, but I had a multi-tool on the side over here and I don't see it.
You hanging in okay?
Yeah, I don't need a med pen over there. Let me do that. I'm going to take that off. All right. Oh, finally, these are coming up. So I would probably put a couple of these on. I was not getting, see, this was not working yesterday. I could not put in my slots or my
How about you? You good?
my ammo.
Things are getting pretty
Put a couple of those on just in case I need them. I think I'll put on 2 more of these.
Hell with doing the right thing when you got mouths to feed.
I mean, I really don't get into a lot of gunplay, so I'm not going to worry about it. I play games like Destiny for that. I'm in this for another reason. But it looks like my multi-tool is not here. So I guess I'm going to need to buy a multi-tool. which is stupid, but that's okay. I'll do it. Miscellaneous. What is that going to be under utility? What in the world?
How you doing?
Okay. I will go back under miscellaneous and see if it's in here. Wow. Okay. So does that come up under personal weapons? A multi? It does. Wow. Okay.
How it goes, I guess.
Let's put that in my suit. Okay, I should have a place to put that multi-tool on the side right here. I do.
People are going on and on about seeing the UEE here. So what? They've always
So, yep, there's my mid gun and my multi-tool. That's where I thought I had it before. Now, supposedly you can drop. So, do you just have to drop one of these into
I've been better.
the multi-tool? How does that work?
Dream last night. Something
looking for anything in particular,
Oh, there it is. I see it. SRT attachment. I see it now. I got it.
It felt so damn real.
no point even thinking.
All right, cool. Hey, man, thanks. I really appreciate that.
I just don't get these outlaws.
Was that the right one? The multi-tool SRT tool, and I got the refills, so I think I'm good. So hold on a minute.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Okay, why is not in my selection? That's weird.
Every time I come here, this place just gets more and more depressing.
I know this place ain't perfect, but we're doing the best we can.
Isn't that? There are some things about this game that drive me crazy, and this is one of them. Item actions. I would think that having that where it was, it would be there. But I usually use the med pin, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this up a little bit. So I'm going to switch spots on this. I'm going to take this and put this into inventory. And I'm going to switch sides on where that is. Put this on the other side.
Can't complain. Got stuck in an elevator
Okay.
for a few hours.
Apparently that doesn't like that.
Well, I'd choose a meaningful life over an easy life every time.
There we go. Let's see if I can put this. Yeah, see, I can't put that over there.
Need any assistance?
But that should be on my side now.
Expect people to buy this crap.
Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. All right, so this should show up in my weapon selection now. There it is. All right. It's so weird that my rifle doesn't show up in my weapon selection. And of course there is, okay, fire salvage, repair.
How are things?
Okay, cool.
I just don't get these outlaws. I was opposed
All right, awesome.
supply depot over in G7. If they just came to the Alliance for
Oh, I'm in an armistice zone. That's why I can't pull out weapons. Okay, that, not thinking. All right, cool. So I got it something to repair the ship with now. All right, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I have not tried that, but I definitely don't want to get out and stuck and not have a way to repair anything.
I don't make the journey.
But the engineering panels are really cool. You can repair a lot of stuff, like it was in Hull C earlier, and you can repair a lot of stuff from the actual cabin, from the captain's chair. But I can imagine when stuff's on fire, you're going to have to do that. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that guidance, man. I wouldn't have even known. I'm so happy that you pointed that out for me, so appreciate you, man. So commodities are right up here. And you know, I found that there's actually some good money in commodity trading here. When I was in my Polaris, I was running some things back and forth, like construction materials turned out to be really good to run back to through the wormhole to the other side. And I was making as much as 1 million a haul, Mac putting, just using my Polaris as a hauler. So I can imagine that if you brought a Hercules over here and did that, it would be pretty good too. You need your Destiny wing, man. Hey, Stray. Stray is our. Hey, Stray, man. Good to see you. The new game came out, so I've been in it for a couple days, testing it and doing some stuff. Stray is actually the leader of our Destiny clan, and he's like, where the hell have you been? I will be on Destiny for sure. I know it's evening for you right now. I've actually got a meeting in about 45 minutes, so I'm going to be signing off here, but I will be on this weekend, man. Hey, Stray, have you done the new dungeon yet? Equilibrium? Thanks for coming on and saying hi, man. I didn't even see you were in here, dude. Have you checked your back pockets? uh, I didn't even see you were in here, buddy. I feel so bad now. I was just totally ignoring your ass. I'm probably gonna leave this ship here and probably call it a day for this because I need to get out. Hey, Stray, I'll get on and talk to you for a little bit on. I'll get on and talk to you for a few minutes on Xbox chat. So give me a few minutes to wrap up here. I feel bad. I could say the same about you though, Stray, because I've until the last DLP drop for Renegades, you were nowhere to be found. So don't get mad at me because I'm trying a new game, or I'm not trying it, but I'm spending some time in another game, man. I remember you were having fun with Arc Striders and something else. Are you carrying people through Praxis Legendary? Really? I'll probably get you to do that for me too. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, hey, if you're gonna do it with Kingy tonight, I'll join you, man. I need to do that to get some of the modules for the new lightsaber thing, so I'll do that with you. Hey, well, but guys, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna actually jump off here so I can talk to some clan buddies of mine. These guys are down in Australia. It's like nighttime for them. They're way ahead of us. But hey, I appreciate you jumping in. I'm going to try and do some more constructive stuff on this. I really want to start exploring the planets with the new graphics engine out. I'll be right over. But guys, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the stream. I will. If Destiny 2 starts getting good, I'll start streaming Destiny 2 too and go back and forth. Uh, But anyway, Drake, catch you in a few minutes. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in a little while. And appreciate you tuning in. Sorry we didn't do so much today, but I actually got on. I had problems with the whole sea, and there are some bugs in this game, so be careful. I've randomly died just getting in and out of my ship and some strange things like that. So just be prepared that it is still got some problems. So with that, have a great day. Let's go ahead and we will catch you later, man. Take it.